Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to the 1894 podcast. We are recording on, relatively late for us, so I am a little bit tired, but and I am a little bit tired of that result because Bristol City have drawn 1-1 away at Huddersfield, and we're sitting here after yet another disappointing outcome. Maybe not so much a display, which I was encouraged by a little bit, but the outcome yet again is not going our way. As usual, I am joined here by Matiss to talk all things Liam Manning's Cider Army. Matiss, how are you doing?
Yeah, again, just disappointed. It feels like another missed opportunity, more drop points against not great sides who aren't in amazing form and are at that bottom end of the table. So, yeah, we didn't play terribly. I thought we created a few chances, didn't look like we dominated the ball a bit better. We had more possession, but again, we just didn't have the cutting edge, and then a mistake leads to a goal to them. And then, yeah, we in the end, we don't have enough to go and get the win. But you can see it, as a point. But then, yeah, it's against teams like Huddersfield. It was a disappointing result.
No disrespect to Huddersfield in the slightest, but if you look at their league position, City, if we are going to be serious about challenging for the top six, which at the moment just it's not looking like it, we're anywhere near the consistency levels for it. But if we are, got to be beating, we've got to get past and get through these games, which are going to be tricky. You know, Huddersfield in a bit of recent form has been relatively good for Town, but when you look at it, you've got to go and just beat them, even if it's a tight game, a cagey game. This was the starting 11 for Bristol City, and once again, it raised a few eyebrows. A few individuals who in there maybe possibly shouldn't be. Max O'Leary in goal, obviously. Now, that was, on first glance, it was a back four, but it wasn't. It was a back three. It was George Tanner, Rob Dickie, Zach Viner in the three centre-back positions. Sam Bell, who was playing left wing back, if I can remember this right. Sam Bell was playing left wing back. James Williams in the midfield. And then it was I think it was Andy Vyman on the right, although that was kind of interchanging a little bit. Knight, Conway, and Mark Sykes up top. So, Matiss, what was your first reaction when you saw that team? A few surprises in there, maybe not. Maybe one notable exclusion, which I was very surprised about.
Yeah, just the two main changes that he made of Pring and Gardner Hickman was just baffled me just a little bit. Sam Bell as a left wing back, I don't know, doesn't really, not really for me. I think Pring, he hasn't been like amazing, but I think he's good enough to start. And Gardner Hickman has been great, and so I know Williams has come back from injury now, but to bring him straight into the starting lineup now, he's been back 2 games now, I think. He came on last game. Bit confused, but I'm not exactly sure why I did that. I thought maybe we could bring Mehmeti in and then play Pring at that left wing back, and then Gardner Hickman instead of Williams is what I would have done. But I mean, the manager does what he wants to do. But I wasn't entirely. I think most City fans are a bit confused on those decisions. But
this was the hosts lineup. It was Maxwell in goal, so no Lee Nichols, who was one of their best players actually a couple of years ago. Tom Lees, Mikael Hellick, Tomati Pearson as the back three, Josh Koroma, who's naturally a winger at left wing back, David Kasumu, Jonathan Hogg, Ben Wiles in midfield, Jaheim Heedley, if I'm not butchered that, at right wing back, and Danny Ward, who's a staple of this division, and Delano Bergzorg, who is the unknown kind of quantity up top, and he actually got Huddersfield's first goal. So up until that point, I'd say we were the dominant side. We were in the ascendancy. But I always kind of, in the back of my mind, I was going, don't commit too many men forward. Don't commit too many men forward. Yeah, you got the possession. Don't commit too many men forward. Because did you watch the West Brom Leicester game. I think it was last week.
What for Leicester's goal at the
Leicester's second goal at
yeah.
the death. That West Brom equalised, so they were dominant and they equalised and they were like, right, we can nick a winner here. We've got 5-6 minutes left. Chuck everyone forward, and they were in the ascendancy. Leicester were on the back foot, but what they didn't realise was, oh no, we've got one centre back just left against two quality players, and ultimately that's what happened. We worked the set piece, goes out to Tanner. Failed set piece, goes up to Tanner. Normally, he just puts the ball in, or he chops inside on his left, puts it back on his right, and puts the ball in. Tanner, though, makes a complete meal of it. Hits it against the charging man, and I think that's Kasumu. Kasumu beats him for pace, and David Kasumu is not even that quick. George Tanner's absolutely skinned. Really, really poor from him. Gets in, plays it into I think it's Delano Bergzorg, who is it Andy? Is it Zach Viner back
I think it
there?
was Matty James.
Matty James, that's even better then. Matty James then, who's our one player back. We're obviously trying to run back and race back, but it's just not going to happen. Max is completely exposed, really. And when you have Matty James as the only person back, and you've committed that many men forward, always suspect to the counter-attack, and with the pace Bergzorg has, you're going, it's not like we're chasing an equal, we're not chasing a winner here. Be sensible about it. It's just naive, I think.
Yeah, I think we got a bit too ahead of ourselves, and similar to like you mentioned, the West Brom game. They would have looked at that game, and a point is massive on that, and then committing too many people forward, and then you end up losing the game. But yeah, I thought we started well. Straight away in the first 20 seconds, we were through on goal, and Sykes nearly got it, but he kind of missed his footing, and then I think a defender hit it, and then went out for a corner. But yeah, we looked good. We looked on the front foot, creating some chances in there. Conway had a couple moments. I think he brought it out a bit too wide a couple of times, and then made that angle a bit too hard for himself. And then I think he hit the side netting and just couldn't really get anything on goal. But yeah, that just conceding that just really disappointing. Just Tan, I'm not really sure. I mean, you can see what he's trying to do, but yeah, the closing man sticks the foot up, and yeah, they get us on the counter. Nothing really Max can do. Nothing really Matty James can do either. I mean, he tries to close him down, but in those situations, it's bound to be a goal. But yeah, 1-0 down, and again, we were the more dominant side, and then we're looking ourselves, and yeah, we're already down, and yeah, 24 minutes in, and now we're on the back foot. So yeah, pretty disappointing.
Did you also think that for those first, I'd say for the first half in general, the major complaint was against Norwich? Well, it was dragged back to 1-1 by them, and then it was only us really in the game in terms of possession, and we didn't really pass it forward at a great pace. I thought that was not the case at all against Huddersfield. I thought we moved the ball left to right really, really quickly. I thought we passed it forward really quickly. I thought Matty James got into some excellent positions. I thought Knight got themselves both sides brilliantly. I thought Sam Bell was outstanding down the left-hand side. Not necessarily the final ball, but getting in those positions, and then the ability to create this chance, create the space for that ball to be put in. I thought we were magnificent, and yeah, I thought Andy Weimann was really good as well, which I say was the other surprise in the team selection. He was really poor against Norwich, but he was really good, I'd say, for that first half in particular, and got the assist for that equaliser. But yeah, we picked up some brilliant positions. We had a lot of space, notably. That was down to Huddersfield's, reluctancy to get forward and press high, but and commit to high press. But I thought we were really, really proactive and had some good openings. And I think a lot can be said from the shots we had outside the box, or we could have had a shot outside the box very easily, but we instead just decided to pass and move it off. I think that's a sign when a team is, really dominating the ball and has a team hemmed in. when those spaces appear outside the box. Do you agree? I thought we were really, really good in possession, especially in that first half, and a massive improvement from that Norwich game.
Yeah, no, definitely. I felt, on the ball, bit more sharper, created a lot more chances. And we've seen throughout the last few games, I remember at the start of the season, the lack of shots and shots on target was insane. But we've been getting them off recently. I mean, today we had 15 shots, 4 on target. But yeah, it was good to see on the ball. Yeah, just a bit more of attacking threat. And just getting into dangerous positions. I thought Knight and Sykes on the right hand side, that was really good there. It's like I said, in the first 20 seconds, and then got another couple chances as well. One, I think, Sykes played a ball across the face of the goal, but then Conway couldn't get anything on the end of that. But it looked positive. It's just, again, the clinicality, and we could be scoring 1 or 2 goals in the first half, and then everything changes. But then just one mistake, and then the game flips on its head. Because you can look at that, and defensively we were pretty okay. I mean, Huddersfield didn't really have that much going forward. I thought in the game, I don't really remember any massive moments other than their goal, which came from a mistake from Tanner, which came in the own goal last week as well. But no, overall it's more positive to see how we're playing. But it's always about the results. But then again, for the long term, it is what you want to see. And I felt like a game against Huddersfield, and normally we both predicted this sort of dull, and we wouldn't be able to get anything forward or play a good style of football. But I thought we were good, but we just should have put more of our chances away and maybe creating a few more obvious moments. Yeah.
No, I agree, and as I said, I thought our players put, especially Matty James, and I'm really gonna praise him here. But I thought he was really, really good in terms of getting the ball in some really good positions. Generally, first half positive. Don't know how we went 1-0 down, and never, I think, after the goal for Huddersfield, we let our heads drop, and that again is a massive positive. And that mentality is going to be a massive thing, because at points when we play this, if we are going to play this, really possession-based football under Manning. We will play this really possession-based football under Manning. We are going to be suspect to a few, games where you're going, how are we not ahead here? How are we not scored? So the mentality thing is going to be massive, and teams are going to sit in, just not because it's Bristol City, or because to combat this style of play. So that is a massive thing. And the second half, brilliant start, and the goal was a bit of just ridiculous quality from our centre back. Matiss, do you want to walk us through that? Just magnificent pass.
It was beautiful. Yeah, exactly. It's kind of the opposite of what's happened over the past few games. We've gone in ahead at the break. We went in ahead of the break against Norwich, and then the start of the second half was poor again against Middlesbrough as well. We were 2-0 up, and then we conceded 2 early goals in the second half. But clearly the team talk worked this time, and straight off the block, 46th minute, Dickie with a beautiful pass to the left-hand side where he finds Weimann. And like you said earlier, Weimann really showed like that he still has some quality, and I thought he played well. And he gets on the left-hand side, plays it just across to Conway, finds him nicely, and then Conway takes it first time, quite close to the keeper, but under was a good shot, and 1-1. A well-created goal, brilliant creativity from Dickie, and we opened them up. Conway found the space, Weimann with an accurate pass, and it's a good goal. And then I'm thinking, okay, we've capitalized. It's 1-1 now. We have the whole rest of the second half to push on and find a winner, which obviously was the hope. That never occurred, but it was a good goal, and for Conway as well to get back on the score sheet, since Rotherham, which has been quite a fair. No, well,
he scored against Norwich. Norwich, no, Middlesbrough.
Middlesbrough. Yeah, he got the penalty against Middlesbrough. Sorry, but for open play goal, it's been quite a while since Rotherham, and just for him as well to get back on. Get the ball back at the back of the net again. But a good goal overall.
Yeah, just a ridiculous pass from Dickie, and if you haven't seen it, watch it, and you'll not stop watching it because it is beautiful. And that's what he's been doing really for QPR, or what he did for QPR, especially in that first season where they were a ball dominant side. Every time he got the ball in advanced areas, either hit a beautiful shot or made that sort of pass, and he's got it in him. So what a pass! And then Vyman, pleased for him as well, who I thought had a brilliant first half. To lay it on a plate really for Tommy Conway. And yeah, good to see Tommy Conway on the score sheet again. After that, create chances. Did we have a massive, like really, really big opening? Maybe one. Maybe Tommy Conway has a chance, if I'm remembering right. But apart from that, really,
I think we did play well on the ball and create. I feel like we created a lot of half chances throughout the game. There weren't any completely clear-cut opportunities from the first half when it went across goal. I think after Mehmeti came on as well, there was a shot there, and then I just feel like Conway's finishing hasn't true. Like I know he's an amazing striker, and obviously those finishes against Rotherham were incredible. But since then, his finishing, I feel like, and his shooting during games just kind of hasn't really convinced me too much. I feel like today as well, there was one chance where we were on the attack. It was offside in the end, but in the moment, I feel like he tries it too much. He could be scoring those opportunities, and he kind of hits it straight at the keeper. And he's done that a couple of times, I felt like, over the last few games. But yeah, it was offside, but yeah, a couple opportunities here and there.
You said the Anis one. That was a really good chance because he beat the man first time, and in typical Anis fashion, he tries to beat him about 5 times when he didn't really have to. Yeah, he beat him the first time. He should have just had a shot after that, and he just sat there going, stop trying to literally just out trick him 5 times. You don't need to do that. He's beaten him once. He's shown his quality. Just leather it. Try and beat Maxwell from that position, or put it across the box into some. If you think the shot's not on, put it across the box for someone to get on the end of, and it's just and it gets cleared away, and it's like,
yeah,
you got to do something. You got to do better there. It's annoying.
Yeah, just a lack of kind of composure and maturity, I feel like, from Anis, because he's an amazing player on the ball, but then he needs to know when to place the pass or take the shot. Because again, that was a big chance. But other than that, there weren't many clear and open opportunities for us, I felt. But we were always, I feel like, on the front foot with the ball, but couldn't get too much going. Sam Bell there were a couple of long shots. Sam Bell in the first half when everyone flying. And then Sykes as well did have one outside the box, which wasn't too far off. It was a very windy day, so a lot of rain. But yeah, Sam Bell overall, I don't know. He's still.
You tell me. Is he going to be effective in the system?
As of now, and as of the last few games, it's just it's sad to see, because I thought this would be an amazing season for him. He was just working hard throughout the summer, and he ended off last season brilliantly. He was actually he's been our top goal scorer this calendar year as well. I think it will take time. We're still only we've had 5 games with Manning. I wouldn't count QPR, so I'd say 4 really.
I'm not counting Norwich either,
then. So yeah, there's still time to come, and I think he will settle in eventually. It's just he hasn't been great as of now, and I think realistically, I think we should give Anis a shot and see if he can really get his shooting boots, or just mature as a player, and like, because we want to see what we can actually get out of Anis and that signing, because him and Cornick have kind of been just kind of like used as impact subs. I mean, Cornick, he hasn't really, other than his long throws, which of course we never mind a long throw from Cornick. But other than that, and Anis, I think he's got 1 goal, I think, against Stoke, was it?
Yeah, last year.
I think that's kind of.
And he put that beautiful ball in
Rob
against
Dickie.
Wigan. No, for Atkinson.
Oh yeah,
last year against Wigan when we got that 1-1 draw at Ashton Gate. That's been it really. And that Stoke goal you mentioned. So we need to see more from Anis, because if you remember, we paid at the time a relatively hefty fee. £1 million is not cheap for Bristol City. So you're looking at it going, it's really going to work. I mean, I'm hoping it does, because Anis is a brilliant footballer. But I remember him being, taunted as the next big thing in League One under Gareth Ainsworth and Wickham. And he was really good there, really bright, sharp, and just way too good technically for that division. But it's not really showing it at the moment. But also, I think I've said this before, we need to actually give Anis Mehmeti starts, because otherwise he's just not going to, in my opinion, mature, because he's so young still, and we forget that. He's not 25, 26, where, he's not even a youngster anymore. He's like 21, 22 maybe. So you're looking at it going, you've got to give him starts. That's the only way he's going to get used to this new system, manning his teammates, really, because if every time 15, 20 minutes off the bench, I don't think it's going to do him any good, and frankly doesn't give him enough time in a team where, let's be honest, is not going to, well, or at least under Pearson, was not creating tons and tons of chances each game. So had to be given starts, in my opinion. Apart from that, I'd say decent away point. Bigger context though, a little bit angry, a little bit frustrated at the result, honestly. Hopefully that is a good starting point, like a good, good foundation to go into the next game against Blackburn, which we'll talk about in a minute, because I think we really, as I said before, really showed good clear progressions in terms of our passing play. So if we can improve that even further, you never know, maybe a surprise result at Ewood Park.
Yeah, just to wrap up on the Huddersfield game, I think there's been quite a few games throughout the season where you look at it and you're like, missed opportunity, points were dropped, and those all add up at the end of the season. But then again, I think if we look at the long term, I did put us to finish 6th, but let's all be realistic. It's this season for Manning to kind of integrate his style of play, and if we're seeing improvements on the pitch in terms of performance, then I think that's more optimistic than the results should be at this moment in time, I think. But obviously we want the 3 points week in, week out, and I do think it will come. But yeah, I mean, I feel like some of the City fans, I don't know how long they're going to give Manning. I think if we're going for this well-branded, good type of football, I think that's always the goal. And we're starting to create more chances, and that's what you want now. It's just about finishing them, but it's a good starting block that you can only score if you create chances. So yeah, I think you have to give it at least till well let them have the January transfer window and everything, but before you can start saying Manning out and everything like that, then yeah. I'm right now. I'm
giving him till the end of January.
No, as in like for City fans, they were already on the back of him after QPR, which was.
Oh well, I'm not surprised. But it's us. Like seriously,
yeah.
What do you expect from football fans in general?
For the fans that aren't as patient as others, I'm giving him. The fact that
I'm not putting any time frame on it. I put a time frame on Pearson, that didn't work. I'm not putting time frame on anything at the moment, because I'm just giving him. I'm hoping for him to be telling me in, I don't know what, an X amount of time, going, all right, the players are fully on board with these sets of ideas. Whether it's new players completely, find out, I suppose. But I want him to communicate with fans saying, all right, plan here is to do this, and I'm already on it basically, and I'm basically there in terms of what I want to do, and I'm really confident the City team is going to do it. Or the fans clearly see in a couple of months' time or whatever, clear progression in terms of the style of play and the clear patterns of play, and I want to walk out of Ashton Gate every other week going, that's better than last time. That's better than last time. Even if the result isn't better than last time, that's better than last time. Okay, that was better. I want to do that instead of, oh, well, why we did that last week? Why didn't we do that this week? So you get what I mean. I'm not putting a time frame on anything at the moment because I think this City group is very, very mixed, very different, a lot of different abilities. I think a lot of players are suited to the system. Some maybe not so much, who are still starting. So we don't know. But we need to give him time. End of story. In my opinion, there's no second ways about it. If you're manning out by now, or are like really unsure about him, tough, because he's not going to go anywhere. So might as well back him. He's just coming to the club, so you know, we got to give him time. End of story.
Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, opinion-wise for Manning, I think we can't give our opinion on him just yet, about like the style of play and everything, because it's been what, a month? No, two, just yeah, what?
Just over a month.
Just over a month, yeah. As in for opinion, I think it still needs time to see what he can bring. But like you said, at the end of the day, we have what we have in front of us, and he's our manager, and he's said to us that he's going to try and bring this brand of football that is good to watch, and that's what football is all about. It excites us, it makes us want to watch the game and see our team play well, which is all what it's all about. So yeah, we have him right now. We just have to back him, just give him our support, because there's no point moaning and everything. He's not gonna leave anytime soon. So we have to support him and the team, and back the boys. But last thing on we were talking about transfers and Anis. I feel like he has a lot of potential, and obviously we know that. Whereas with Cornick, I feel like that can be kind of a dead end. With him, I feel like with Mehmeti, there's so much there that he can improve on and mature. But I feel like our signings overall have been mixed. With Pearson, because obviously Manning hasn't made any. But Rob Dickie, Taylor Gardner-Hickman, and Jason Knight have been outstanding, and are key players right now. Ross McCrory, obviously we still have to wait, but I'm really excited for him, and I'm hoping that he can really impact us. Hayden Roberts, though, he's been unlucky. He's had an injury. We don't really know right now.
Well, we haven't seen him under Manning, so
exactly.
hope maybe he's a completely different player. Maybe he's deployed in a different position completely. We don't know, so I'll give him time as well.
Yeah, but overall, at the end of the day, it is a point on the board. We were talking about it before the podcast, but I know we're not looking at the playoffs, but a lot of points have been dropped in the last 2 game weeks, and there was a lot to offer there. And we look at the oppositions of Norwich and Huddersfield, and they are beatable from us. But again, missed opportunities at both games, but we are improving our style of play, and it's just about progress, and we'll get at the end of it. But we've got another game thick and fast again midweek and next weekend. So any more thoughts on the Huddersfield game, or should we?
I think at one point we could have gone 10th maybe in the league. I think that might be before Watford got the equaliser. Maybe off. I don't know.
We would have been
Southampton
lost.
Because Southampton got their goal relatively late, didn't they? So
No,
so I think we could.
No,
I think we could.
No, I mean scored.
I think if I can speak, I think we could have gone 10th, which is basically what we're saying. Which is not bad. And I'd say anywhere between 10th, about 14th, and if you win for 3-4 games in a row, you're always within touching distance of the playoffs, unless it's a ridiculous year. But it's a shame. How many points off 6th are we right now?
4, which is
Only
not a
4.
lot. So we were 5 off going into the game week, and we got 1 point, and no one gained points, which was very surprising. And then we look
Seriously?
at, yeah, I know.
Oh my
All the
goodness.
results went our way 2 weeks on the bounce, and then we look at our games and we look back to Stoke and Norwich and games like today, and you're like, if we don't make that one mistake or we get that goal, and we can be sitting in 7th, 1 point off, or in 6th place even. But at the end of the day, it's if buts and maybes. But yeah, still only 4 points, and like you said, just a little bit of a run, and you could be right up there.